Hey everybody, so it's been a while since I've done a Bible study video, and I've been focusing on doing all these music videos from Six the Musical, and with the queens that was inspired for each of these queens from Six the Musical, and other requests I've gotten, and other events I went to, and I got inspired to make these videos, record these videos for you guys. But I decided since yesterday I uploaded that video with all the queens again. I will do a deconstruction video tonight. There's a good chance this video might be uploaded tomorrow at some point, depending on how long this video is, and it usually is pretty long from when I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So it'll probably be uploaded tomorrow, but oh well. I'm filming it on a Wednesday night. It's bound to happen. It'll go over to Thursday. We'll see if I make another video tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be after when this video is uploaded. But anyways, so this one is going to be on chapter 4, Transformed Living, First Peter 4. So sometimes someone who has had a potential fatal stroke or heart attack makes a remarkable recovery. In such cases, people often say that they have rethought their whole lives and now realize much more clearly what matters and what doesn't. In the same way, someone who has suffered for the gospel may attain a new kind of clarity. They see more sharply the kind of world that sin produces, and they know that they are done with it. And they see far more gloriously that God's will is the only thing worth following. It is not pleasant to be persecuted, but if when it happens you can see it as a word sign telling you that you are on the right path, that may make all the difference, like the Messiah. We must put on the mental armor that will make us strong to face the suffering which we may have to face. So that's what it says here in the beginning of it. I don't think I read all of that from the other chapters, but whatever. So for the open question, it was, when have you had a renewed sense of clarity and purpose in following Christ? How was suffering involved in that realization? Now, these questions was like a few weeks ago, because like I haven't been updated on talking about it with you guys in a while. So we'll see how much I remembered from what we talked about. But what I put down is I had a renewed sense of clarity when I got a job as a substitute teacher. But now they told me I can't continue, so I'm suffering now. That's what I put down. I mean, I don't know how else to answer the question. I'm not really Christian, but whatever. I'm just kind of faking it, but I just want to learn new things. That's why I'm even doing this Bible study. But obviously, when I was answering these questions, it was after Worcester Public Schools had let me go, so I was really upset, and I'm still kind of upset now. But I have an interview on Friday with the Oxford Public Schools, so hopefully they will hire me and I will start working with them for the rest of the school year. But anyways, for the first question of the study, read 1 Peter 4:1-11. Why all Christians turn away from the behaviors and attitudes of their former lives. And that's found verses 1-4. And so I wrote down, because Christ suffered in his body, which doesn't make sense. I know. I have a hard time answering some of these questions. But yeah, it's like, because Christ had suffered, so we know that he suffered for our sins, and yeah, I'm gonna move on now. I don't remember anything. Perhaps even in your pre-Christian days, you never engaged in the sort of activities Peter described in verse 3. Even if you were outwardly moral, then how specifically has Christ rearranged your priorities and values? So I would being with one guy who I hope to spend the rest of my life with. And now I've always been boy crazy since growing up. in school, whatever. Since I was preschool, I was always boy crazy, and I would call every single boy I liked my boyfriend. Cute, I know. And it wasn't until like 7th grade when like I picked Phoenix over Kenny to be my boyfriend. Childish, I know, about 7th grade. And then I was with the original jerk face. When I was at Claremont for 8th grade. I don't want to talk about that. And then I was with Chris, who was a few years older than me. When I was in 9th grade. 9th into 10th grade type of timeline. But my first relationship I was like the most serious in was with Saeed. He was like my first serious relationship, and since then I've had relationships like that. Like I loved Edgar, even though I wasn't always happy being with him, unfortunately. But like we're good friends now, so that's all it matters to him, and I hope he's doing okay. I was with Josh. But we were only together for 5 months, unfortunately. I thought there was going to be a future with him. Like, I thought there was going to be a future with Saeed. But I was disappointed. And then I was with Drugface 2.0, aka Brio, who, if you are a woman and you know him, do not date him. He is not a good person. Not at all. And it's not because he's an atheist. He's also a Trump supporter. And he has like some twisted ideas of how things are supposed to be, men and women and all that stuff. He's transphobic. He's bad. So stay away from him. Like I couldn't. We had different viewpoints, and so because we were two different people, after we were together for a year, I realized that like he wasn't good for me, and so I broke up with him. Tried to be friends with him, but he couldn't handle being friends with me. So we ended up not being friends. And now I'm with Colin, and he's great. He is Catholic. He makes me happy. We do things. Our relationship is deep. We have a nice, deep connection that isn't based on sex. And we do all kinds of different things. Our main importance in our relationship is dating. It's very important, and we'll be together for 3 years coming up in 2 months. So I'm hoping that he is my future, that we will end up getting married. And right now we're currently going to be trying to put money aside so we can move out and live together, hopefully next year. But it's tough. So yeah. I know I talked way too much and I kept so much time. Peter is saying that pagan ways have had quite enough of your time already. Why should they have any more? Nothing is to be gained from licentious and lawless behavior. It merely wastes the time you could be growing as a human being, discovering more about how God's love can transform your life and that of those around you. After all, that is what you are here for. Verses 8 to 11. There is plenty to accompany any Christian in reflecting God's love to others and using to God's glory the gifts we have been given. Have you faced a situation like the one in verse 4? If so, how did you deal with it? And unfortunately, I can't read you verse 4 because it's on my I have an app for my Bible, and that's on my phone, and that's what I'm currently using to film this, so I can't look it up for you guys. But all I said was no. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to continue talking about it because I just can't go on about it. But it's funny me doing this Bible study thing because I'm pagan. And so obviously what Peter's saying is against pagans. And my mom is an atheist. And it's like, but we just want to get into these discussions. We want to get to know these women. I regret joining now, but it is what it is. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. And if anyone from the Bible study is watching this, I'm sorry, but it's how I feel, and this is my channel, so I can say what I want. In the middle of this quite clear line of that, we have generally positive passage in verse 6. When he here, 4:6 says that the gospel was preached even to the dead. Are these the spirits in prison of 319? The best answer is no, they are not. Here or there, the overall context is the vital thing. Peter, as ever, is encouraging those facing hostility because of their following the Messiah. He says it will all be sorted out at the judgment, at death to the pagan. It may look as though the Christians have lost the struggle, but these Christians, now dead, had already received the powerful word of the gospel, which was preached to them during their lifetimes. Now, by God's Spirit, they are alive in God's presence, awaiting the resurrection which is yet to come. And I'll end there because I'm going way over past 10 minutes. And the next week's Bible study, we'll be talking about the second coming of Jesus Christ. So I'm very interested how these discussions are gonna lead. I started working on those questions for next week, but I'm gonna end this video here at 11 minutes, and I will probably continue on with this chapter maybe tomorrow. We'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see what happens on other videos I will do in the future. So have a good night and see you next time. Bye. Take care.